Okay. So in third year engineering, we have subject design of motion elements. We'll talk about the subject weightage for the subject. You know, it is in sem marks, in semester 30 marks, and end sem 70 marks. Along with that, we have overall of 25 marks. That is total 125 marks is weightage for exam point of view when we talk about. Then, what are the prerequisites? We'll talk about the subject in detail, just one by one. First, what are the prerequisites for the subject? So you have to study subjects like theory of machines, the strength of material, as well as some basic knowledge of mathematics. Like we know the basics of material, like elastic behavior, stress strain curve, and relationships, failure modes, different theories of failure. All these topics you studied under strength of machine element. That is, I think, the subject name is solid mechanics. I think for you. Have you studied these topics? Hello.
Yes.
In which subject?
Yes, sir.
Sorry, which subject I'm talking?
Some.
SOM, yes. So this basics, then remember stress strain curve is very important to understand design basically. So I request you, if you not understand stress strain curve, just go through it twice, thrice, and try to understand the significance of stress strain curve for different materials, not only for elastic but for brittle, ductile, like that. We can understand a stress strain curve, if not till date. Then the design cycle. What basically design cycle is? Basics of design consideration, like there are different considerations like rigidity, strength, manufacturing, assembly and cost, and standards and costs. All these are prerequisite for the subject. Then preferred size and series, tolerances, types of. Have you studied this topic anywhere in any subject?
Metallurgy.
With metallurgy. What you studied in that? In metallurgy?
So actually in GD&T lab.
Yes, yes. Anyone, please. Anyone? Yes. Hello. Which topic you studied? In metallurgy. Tolerance, limits, speeds. Have you studied this topic? Limits, speeds, tolerances.
Sir, in GD&T.
Okay, there is subject GD&T. Very good. Okay. Yes, good. So you know this topic. What is limit, feed, tolerance, then types of feeds, types of tolerance, types of transients, like this. Then series, different series and preferred sizes. I hope you studied under GD&T. Yes, good subject is there. Okay. Then construction of SMD and BMD. You know, in SMD you can say, or again moment also you can call it as. So again you study under SOM. I hope you know this SFD, BMD. Yes or no?
Yes, sir. Solid mechanics.
Yes, sir.
Yes. And then finally from mathematics you must have some basic knowledge of roots of equations, how to find equations, then interpolation rules. These are the things which we require before starting this topic. So I hope you go through this topic again if you not studied at that time. Just get basic idea of this so that you will get this subject easier. Now what are the course objectives? Course, when I talk about course means this course, that is design of machine elements. What are the objectives of this course? First objective is to understand the various design considerations, design procedures, and select a material for a specific application. Remember, these are the objectives. So we need to that means you should understand various design considerations, then design procedures, and you will able to select materials for specific applications. This is first course objective. So you must be knowing what are the different design considerations, what is design procedure, and how to select material for different applications. This must be understood by you. Then to calculate, you should be able to calculate stresses in machine components due to various types of loads and failures. Will you be able to find out stresses? Have you found some stresses in strength of material? Do you know how to find out stresses and types of stresses?
Yes, sir.
Can you take me types of stresses? Yes.
So normal stresses and shear stresses.
Very good. Any other?
Thermal.
Principal stress.
Principal stress. Okay. Any other?
Thermal stress.
Next.
Longitudinal stress.
More. Next. Bending stress.
Yes.
Is there any bending stress? Astoka, bending
Yes, sir.
stress.
Bending stress and torsional stress.
Okay. So when I say bending stress, torsional stress, tensile stress, compressive stress, the stresses depends upon some type of loading. Yes or no? depends upon various types of loads and also failure, different types of stresses. So you must know the component. Suppose we consider any one component, you must be able to judge, okay, if this one is component and these are the loadings, let's say some tensile load active on this component, then which kind of stress will develop inside that material, inside the component. You should be able to judge this. So if I'm telling you what should should you know from the subject, then you should be able to analyze machine components. First one, we should know stresses, we should know design procedures, considerations, and material for selection. Then we should be able to analyze machine components subjected to variable loading for a finite and infinite life. So it's very important. Depends upon loading, which kind of loading it is, whether which kind of loading and life, that is finite and infinite life, should be able to analyze machine components. Then design various machine components such as shafts, couplings, keys, screws, joints, and scales. These are the topics, these are the components which you are going to study in these subjects. That means design of these subjects and its components. So likewise, design of machine components, the shafts, couplings. So first, in second, we get the shafts and couplings are there, then keys, screws, joints, and springs. All these topics we are going to study in this subject. So these are the course objectives. Now, what are the course outcomes? So it means these are the objectives. Once you learn the subject, once you understand the subject, now you should be able to do these things. What first one is, remember, if you are not able to do these things at the end of course, means you don't understand this course. This course is not useful to you, or you not studied this course. So we hope at the end of this course, you all must be able to do these things. Now, what the things are? First one, you should be able to design and analyze quarter and knuckle joints. Now, these are specific. They are saying because in first unit we are going to study design of quarter and knuckle joints, levers, and components subject to eccentric loading. Now, what is eccentric loading? What are the different types of levers and how they are subject to loadings that we study in detail in unit number 1. So, from unit number 1, at the end of unit number 1, you should be able to design and analyze. Not only design but also analyze the quarter and knuckle joints and the levers and other components which are subjected to eccentric loadings. Then, second thing is you should be able to design shaft, keys, couplings under static loading conditions. That is from unit number 2. Then you should be able to analyze different stresses in power screws and apply knowledge to design screw job. So at the end, you should be able to design a screw job based on analysis, based on knowledge you are having about different stresses in power screws. So you should be able to design a screw job. Then in fourth one is you should be able to evaluate dimensions of machine components under fluctuate loading conditions. So what this fluctuating loading condition is, that we will study first, and under that condition, under that loading, you should be able to design a machine components. And fifth one is you should be able to understand different welded and threaded joints, its structures, and apply that knowledge to analyze its strength. So you should be able to analyze strength of the welded and threaded joint. And fifth one, sixth one is you should be able to apply design and development procedures for different types of springs. Now, when you go through this, you understand how this subject is important. Now, remember, it is means how it is important and why it is important. That must be clear to you. First thing, in the first unit or throughout this subject, you will learn different design procedures. Let's say quarter joint, knuckle joint, springs, power screws, then different threaded and welded joints. So you will understand various design procedures. Based on that design procedure, you will be able to analyze different machine components for its different applications. Okay, so you can see how this important is, because in actual practice, many times we have to design these components. But you have to apply this knowledge to design some other component also. You will understand what are the different stresses, what are the different loadings, and due to the stress, due to the loading, which kind of failures are there. In strength of material, have you studied theories of failures? Because there is syllabus, theories of failures. Hello? Hello? Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Have you studied theories of failures? Yes or no? Have you studied केले का नहीं? Topic होता का?
हो सर. हो सर. Last
Principal
topic.
stress. Last topic. Okay. So you know that. It is very important. You design, you need to select one theory, and based on that you are going to design basically. Or you should be able to understand. One thing I want to tell you: if you take all these as time pass or just purpose of study, theoretical, then it is of no use. Take every subject seriously. Every subject has its own meaning. Let's say strength of material. Even though it looks theoretical, it is not theoretical. In actual practice, when you're going to design something, strength of material, theory of machines, and again now design of machine element one, now something MSD, mechanical system design, vibration, all these design related subjects are very important. But you should show clear interest in that subject. Then only you get idea. Means what basically. So if you ignore that theory of failure, then how you will understand theory of failure? You have to apply that theory of failure in actual practice, in design. So at the end of this, you should be able to design some topics, and that's why in a okay, I'll show you first course content, then I go for practical. What are the course content? I already told you. First, we have to design some simple machine elements like quarter joint, knuckle joint, and some levers, some different levers, as well as some components related to eccentric loading. Then unit number 2 related to design of shafts, keys, and couplings. Design of power screws, unit number 3. So you know screw jack. At the end, if you are able to design a screw jack for your vehicle, then also it is sufficient. Means if you understand this theory, all this theory, and then at the end, suppose you are using any vehicle, maybe a 4-wheeler or 2-wheeler, for that vehicle, whatever you are using, if you are able to design a screw jack, then you can say, okay, sir, yes, I got idea, I learned this subject. Is what I'm saying. At the end, you should be able to apply this knowledge. Otherwise, no use. Then, I think those are from diploma holders, and in B division, most of the students are diploma. I think from 43 or they are from the diploma. So in diploma also, during diploma also, you study subjects like DMU1, that is design of machine element. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
so
sir.
will you able to design? Suppose I give some project to you. Okay, for some specific application. For some specific application, you have to design a screw jack. Suppose will you be able to design that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we'll check that once we start our practicals. Okay, in practical section we'll discuss these things. Yes, you must be. If you are able to design, then okay, I say okay, you understand that things. And the same thing we are going to repeat here. Okay, then design against fluctuating loads. Unit number 4. Here we have to study what are the different loading conditions and what basically a finite life, infinite life, design for finite life, design for infinite life. Different theories are there like Soderbergh theories, Gerber theories, Goodman lines, all this. That we are going to study in that topic. That is unit number 4. At the end, there are threaded and weighted joints. So we have to study threaded and weighted joints in unit number 5. Then in unit number 6, we are going to study springs. We are going to study design of springs. And springs are the components that are used widely in a mechanical industries. So you should be able to design some springs for different applications. Maybe we'll see the application for which we have to apply. So likewise, this is content of the subject, basically from unit 1 to unit 6. Then in practical books, of course, the best book I can suggest you is this one, P.B. Bhandari book, Design of Machine Elements. So if possible, I think from library, digital copies are available to you. Nimbus software is there. You ask the librarian. I think number is with you. If not, I'll share on group. And you have to take this book, that is Design of Machine Elements by P.B. Bhandari. I hope you are aware about this. If not, you have to purchase this. Okay. Hello. Okay. So these are the books I will suggest you. There are different books, but I think if you refer this book, you'll get everything in this book only. Okay, and I think it is more than sufficient. Okay, you can refer other books also. Shigley's book is there for design, but I hope you should go through this book. It's a very good book. That is Design of Machine Element by P.B. Bhandari. And then there are some links. I will share this document with you. Actually, why I'm not sharing? This is just a rough draft. Till date, no finalized syllabus is there. So whatever just rough draft is there, I just take from subject chairman that I'm just sharing with you. So there are different links are given from NPTEL. The same topics you can study from NPTEL also. That means you can study from NPTEL, which will be a standard lecture you can say. So from that also you can refer this. So I'll share this PDF with you once it is finalized, because till date it is not finalized. And of course we need to do projects based on this. So you can see here project quarter and knuckle joint, or you can say turnbuckle for a specific application. Then boost pin flexible coupling for a specified application, and a bottle type or toggle jack for a vehicle. So you should be able to design all these things. You know that it is an option, but you can say you should be able to design any one of these. Then or to this, the third one is design a mini project to develop and apply knowledge of machine design and a drafting software for any mechanical system on the basis of idea generation, creativity, reliability, then design of parts of the system, ergonomic consideration, and use of the international standards. Now tell me which softwares you are knowing, drafting softwares till date. Means you are all aware about the softwares. Yes. Which drafting softwares you are used to? Hello. Any drafting software you are aware about? Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
So I asked something. Do you know any drafting software? Have you used any drafting software till date? In your academics?
In
Creo,
AutoCAD,
AutoCAD, sir.
There means CAD software.
V5, CATIA.
AutoCAD. Okay. CO. CATIA?
Satya Fusion 360, Solid Edge.
No. You don't tell me list of software. There is a number of lists, but I am asking you which software is known to you. Means you use that software during your academics from first year to third year till date. So you use that software for some projects or for some design or drafting, I think. I hope you use Creo.
CATIA.
CATIA is
Yes.
Creo is not used.
Yes, sir. We
Fusion 360.
And in which subjects you use this?
SMD.
Solid modeling and drafting.
Okay. Under the JD and T in that subject. Hello. In JD and T, which software you use? Or no any software? Please tell me, because based on that I am going to select projects and all these things. Hello.
No, sir. For GD and
In
T,
the SMD subject, we use softwares of CAD.
Okay. That's all. And SMD was taught by SMD कोणी येतं तुम्हाला? शिकवलं कोणी येतं?
Shankar sir.
Which sir? Hello.
Bandgar, sir.
Okay, Bandgar sir. Okay. I think you have knowledge of it. Okay. I hope so. So this is all about subjects. You get idea about this. Now, if you see in the first topic, can you tell me why design is important? What do you think? Why the subject is important? This will discuss. First lecture, I just want to introduce the subject. Why you think this subject is important? Why design is important? Or what is design basically? Yes. Anyone can tell me what is design? आपण खूप ऐकलेलं असतं design means there are two basically when you take mechanical engineering there are three main streams. One was core stream basically design, thermal and manufacturing. This mechanical engineering is divided into three streams basically, and now there are many are coming, but in core we can say design, thermal and manufacturing. So when I talk about design, some students are, when I ask you what you want to do, he or she is saying yes I want to do career in design engineering basically. He's not saying in mechanical, or he's saying yes sir I want to go in thermal field or a manufacturing sector like that. So what, when you say design, what you are wanted to say is what basically design is? Anyone please? I want to understand from your side. Yes please.
sir, giving the various dimensions which can withstand various stresses like shear stresses and torsional stresses, like in joints, etc. And designing for the required application.
Okay, that's good. You are saying that means as per him, just like in design, we are going to finalize some dimensions based on different loadings, different stresses, and different. It's means I'm saying depends on the components. Okay, also depends on application. Any other? See, the design of simple element machines are. These are all the same, but one word is common: design. What do you mean by design? Yes. Yes, anyone please? Yes. अरे बाकी जण काय माहित आहे का नाही का होत टाइमपास बसतो
You can say proper selection of dimensions, material as well as proper selection of factor of safety.
Okay, proper selection of factor of safety. Very good. Who told me about factor of safety? Yes.
Aditya Dillarkar, sir.
Okay. Any other?
Hello, sir.
Yes, please.
Sir, it's a construction of an object that from paper to its actual representation.
Very nice. Very nice. Means you are saying from paper we are going towards actual. Okay, practical. Yes. Any other? It started on paper and ends with on a fluid. Yes, of course. Next. So see, basically we are talking about machine design or a component design. Yes, anyone want to say something? In simple word, I can tell you, okay, there are different definitions of machine design, or you can say in defining different way. Like machine design basically is defined as a use of scientific principles. Now, different principles, scientific principles we are going to use. Of course, we are going to use some scientific principles because based on that only we are going to design. Then use of scientific principles, technical information, and imagination. This technical information means what do you understand by technical information means? Use of scientific principles and technical information means what? See, there are some standards. When you are going to design, I will tell you in detail about design. But remember, when you are going to design, we are using some standards, some set standards, like some values are there for stresses, loads, or factor of safety. So, like some standards we are going to use. Standard materials are there. Their gradings are there. Series are there. All these things we are going to use from technical information. All this technical information we are going to use from some standards. So along with scientific principles, we are going to use some technical information and imagination in the description of machine or a mechanical system to perform these specific functions with maximum economy and efficiency. Last two words are very important. Even though, remember, along with the technical specifications, technical standards, principles, we are going to think about, we are going to imagine about that system working, how it is going to work basically in actual practice. And then along with that working, whether it is going to have a maximum economy, maximum efficiency, means whether it will be economical for end users or whether it is efficient, like this, all things we need to take into consideration. So we are going to select what we are saying. Machine design is define a use of scientific principles, technical information, and imagination in the description of machine or mechanical system to perform specific functions with maximum economy and efficiency. In shorter word, we can say, in smaller one, we can say defined as creation of new design or improving existing one. It is not necessarily always we are going to design new things. And most of the times, I'm saying out of the point of 100% of design work, and out of that, I think at least 80% work will be a redesign. You are not going to invent something. The invention is done rarely, I'm saying. I'm not saying it is not done. It is done, but on a very small part. Most of things are redesigned, reconstructed. So it is not always new design, it may be a redesign also. Then I talk about standardization. I just give an idea about standardization. So what is standardization basically? A standardization is obligatory norms to which various characteristics of product should conform. So we are going to follow some norms. Then along with norms, the characteristic includes materials, dimensions, and shape of the component, method of testing, method of marketing, packing, storing of product. So all these things involve standardizations. We are going to refer some standards. That means it is not only related to norms, but we are going to include some materials. We are also going to select some standard materials and dimensions, shapes, then some components, different method types of standard. There are some standard method for testing. There are methods for marketing also. Then packing and storing. So from start to end, we are going to follow standardization during the product design. Then you can say different standards are used in mechanical engineering design, like standards for material, their compositions, mechanical properties, and heat treatment. Then the first one was related to materials and mechanical properties. The second one we can say standards for engineering drawing of components, the standards for material and their chemical composition, mechanical properties, heat treatment. Example of this one is IS 210 specific IS 210 specific 7 grade of precast and designated as this one. You can read this. So means this is just example. I'm not going in detail because I don't know anything about this. So all these things, what I want to explain you, we are going to refer some standardizations during a design. So there are some preferred numbers. I also talk about there are some preferred numbers and preferred series also there. Okay. Likewise, some standard things we are going to consider like series and numbers. Okay. We'll talk about this in when you are going to use this basically during your design. So this is just like a machine design. Now, the first term someone just told me is, I want to introduce with you is so we are going to start our syllabus now. I just give you an idea about design of functional elements. Hello, this slide is visible to you?
Yes, sir.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes, okay. So first topic that we are going to discuss today is factor of safety. And I hope you already heard about this topic. What is factor of safety?
College.
Yes, sir.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. We have studied.
कुठे कॉलेज
फॅक्टर ऑफ सेफ्टी चालू झाले लेक्चर फॉर सेफ्टी मध्ये मॅक्सिमम लोड आपण ऍक्च्युअल लोड हो
Hi, Sandravan.
झक मारने के लिए क्या है क्या
हे ना नॉर्मल आहे
हाँ कौन
नॉर्मल
हम
हम नहीं हम
Please mute.
क्या करें कि नहीं
मारो मुझे 3 वाजेपर्यंत उपास नाही राहते
कोणाचा कॅमेरा माईक ऑन आहे?
काल चार दिवस
महेश शिंदे हॅलो.
त्याला कळणारच नाही रे, त्याला माहित असं त्याने ओपन कसं ठेवलं असतं. Okay, so what we are starting is we are going to start topic that is it. This topic. Hello.
Factor of safety.
Yes. So remember, it's very interesting topic basically, a factor of safety, and fortunately, it is the first topic we are going to study. Okay. So when I talk about formula of this, the formula of factor of safety is strength of component. You can say strength of component. Now when I talk about strength, it means we are considering here maximum load. How much maximum load is going to act on that component? Or you can say strength of component upon load on the component. Now, when I say load on the component, means actual load. Let's say we consider actual load on any component. Let's say consider a two-wheeler. Now, why I'm saying two-wheeler or generally because in India there is too much need of this consideration. That is factor of safety. I'm not saying this is considered country-wise. But in country like us, country like we need to design, we need to consider this factor of safety rigorously. Why? Can you even tell me why I'm saying this? I'm saying in country like India, we need to consider this factor of safety rigorously. Seriously, we need to consider. Why?
We sometimes overuse the machine or element we.
Example, can you even tell me? Okay, one minute. I will give you idea about first factor of safety. Then you tell me example. Okay. Now see once again. What I told you, factor of safety is nothing but strength of the component, that is maximum load upon actual load. Let's say if you consider a component which is designed to withstand a load of 100 Newton. Consider any component which is designed to withstand a load of which is designed to withstand a load of 100 Newton. Let's say, and factor of safety is 3. Means factor of safety is 3 means what we are understanding from this one, that component is designed to withstand load of 100 Newton, and factor of safety is 3 means what? Means you can say selected, then it is designed with strength to support 100 Newton. I repeat, if a component needs to withstand load of 100 Newton, and we consider factor of safety is 3, okay, then that a component is designed with strength to support 300 Newton. हे समजले का? हे समजले का रे?
Yes, sir.
म्हणजे मीन्स काय समजून घ्या, एखाद्या कंपोनेंटचा 100 न्यूटनचा फोर्स येणार असेल, लोड येणार असेल, तर आपण काय करतो, फॅक्टर ऑफ सेफ्टी 3 घेतला. याचा अर्थ काय होतो, दॅट कंपोनेंट विल सस्टेन load of 300 Newton. Why 300? Actual load, assumed load is 100 Newton only. But we take factor of safety as 3. So 100 into 3. How much it can sustain? Up to 300 it can sustain. So it will not fail. It will not fail. It will sustain 300 Newton. So you can see here, if I multiply this load, actual load by 3, it gives you maximum load. What I said, it will sustain how much maximum load? 300 Newton. Because our actual load is 100 Newton and factor of safety is 3. Now my question to you is, if I select factor of safety as 0.5, is it okay?
No.
No, sir.
What happened? If I take factor of safety 0.5, then
It will support only 50
Newton. So it will not take actual load also. So that means it is a worse design, I'm saying. Understand? So it is not a right way to design a components. So you should consider factor of safety what? What will be range of factor of safety? I can say at least must be greater than
1.
or you can say greater than or equal to 1.
Actual load.
Yes, at least it should be equal to actual load. Okay, so factor of safety is used to provide design margin over the theoretical design capacity to allow for uncertainty, and this is word which is important in India. Capacity to allow for uncertainty in the design process. Now, what do you mean by uncertainty? In the calculations, in material strength, and manufacturing process. So, uncertainty is not only related to load only. It may be in the calculations. Maybe our design is not that much accurate. There may be we are confused about material strengths. We don't know exactly. We don't have any idea about material strength, or there will be some defects in manufacturing. There are n number of reasons why we are studying factor of safety. Let's say means this kind of consideration we have to consider while designing, while considering the factor of safety, and where the component is going to use, how much accuracy it is designed, with what material it is designed, then whether the design is perfect or not, or is there any manufacturing difficulty? Even though design is right, but there are manufacturing defaults are there, manufacturing faults are there. So we need to consider a factor of safety. Now, how much we have to select? Means I can ask you whether it is 1 to 9, 1 to 10, 2 to 3. Can anyone tell me how much factor of safety will be? It is always 3, always 2, 1, or what will be the range of factor of safety? Yes, please.
2, sir.
So for any application, you can take 2 only.
Sir, at least we should take 2, na?
Now see, what happen if I take 2? Suppose, let's say, suppose we are setting. Please mute. Let's suppose see, actual load is 100 Newton. I am taking factor of safety 2. So maximum load it will sustain is 200 Newton. Understand what I am saying?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, what happens if I increase factor of safety? If I increase factor of safety, whether dimensions are going to increase, size is going to increase, yes or no? Material required is more, it will become heavier, bulky, yes or no? So it depends. Always see, if I increase factor of safety, suppose now see, I think okay, my design should be safe. It should not, there should be no failure. So I will take factor of safety 10. Means my actual load is 10 Newton, sorry, 100 Newton, but I am designing for how much maximum load? 1000 Newton. Understand what I am saying? 10 factor of safety means how much? 1000. Getting or not?
Yes.
Now, is it feasible to get design factor of safety of 10? Not feasible. But I'm just understand. Sometimes, so we need to think about, we need to compromise between the size and, yes, size and what? Factor of safety. So we can see, so based on this, I'm saying, based on this, we are not going to select 2 or 1 or 3 or 4. It depends on which application we are using. So I'm just giving some examples of factor of safety. Let's say here. So this factor of safety is designed based on yield strength. Of course, and for which application I'm considering. Now say generally the factor of safety. Now you have to select these applications. You have to tell me applications. Factor of safety will be in the range of 1.25 to 1.5 for applications like applications where material property is known in detail. In detail, we know what are the material properties. Operating conditions are known exactly. Or in detail, we know operating conditions. Then we know material properties and load and the resulting stresses and strains are known to high degree of accuracy, and the low weight is important. So if this is our condition, means what is our condition here? You can say weight is low. Low weight is important for us. Lightweight applications we require. Are you getting what I say? Low weight means lightweight. We are going to design which kind of applications? Lightweight applications. So in that case, if I take factor of safety 10, what happens? I will write. We need to design lightweight application. Example of lightweight application. Any lightweight application? थोडं डोकं चालवलंय त्यांना शिकायचं आहे, लक्ष द्या.
For example, IC engine.
IC engine is lightweight. Critical. I'm saying where we can't increase more weight. आपण फॅक्टरसाठी जास्त घेऊ शकत नाही किंवा त्या ठिकाणी आपल्याला स्ट्रेसेस करेक्टली माहिती, मला हे माहिती ओके दिस मच अमाउंट ऑफ स्ट्रेस इज गोइंग टू विल बी देअर, these are the types of stress, these are the stress which we proper with accuracy we know what are the stresses, what are the loads, we know material properties in detail, we know operating conditions in detail. In that case we are going to select a low factor of safety, that is 1.25 to 1.5. Example, can you tell me?
So we can say the bench in the class, as we can tell that 2 students can only sit on the bench. More than 2, the bench will break.
Generally it is more. Just you do one thing. Just suppose you need to find out actual load, and then means you can say if I talk about bench, it is not concerned. It will not come under this example. I think it is not that much high capacity, I can say in that case. Anyone other lightweight application, or based on this condition, tell me applications where this kind of capacity will be there. Think about this. Think about. सगळ्यांना विचार करायला. Then only this lecture is important. Lecture will be interesting and you will get some knowledge. Of course. Anyone please. प्रत्येकाने एक विचार करा, सांगायचं होतं पास one by one. Yes. बरं ठीक आहे, आपण ह्या दोन कंडिशन डिस्कस करून नंतर मला application झालं वेगवेगळ्या कंडिशनचे. Second one is the factor of safety in the range of 2 to 3. Now when we are going to take in the range of 2 to 3, let's say for less tried materials, means what do you understand by this less tried materials? Means we don't know about exact structure of material, we don't know material properties exactly, or we are just taking trials on the material. Material is new for you. Or for brittle materials, you know, brittle failures. I think you studied in strength of material, you studied brittle failure, ductile failure, like that. Okay, so material is brittle under average conditions of environment. Material is brittle and then loads and stress. Okay, so we don't know exactly about material properties. In that case, we are going to select a factor of safety of 2:3 or 2 to 3, not 2:3, 2 to 3. Then 3 to 4. When 3 to 4 for an untried materials. Now see, we are going to increase factor of safety. Means our risk is, means there is we know we are not sure about the design. We are going to increase factor of safety means we are not sure about yourself. After the confidence कमी असणार तेवढा आपण factor of safety जास्त ठेवणार. Means if I know okay I designed it correctly, I given my best, I know everything about materials, I know everything about stress, I know everything about load, then I will take factor of safety in margin, in the low margin. But when I am taking factor of safety more, means what I understood is I am not confident on myself, or the requirement is like that. So for untried materials under average conditions of environments, then load and stress, better known materials under uncertain environment. So environmental conditions under which material is going to sustain, under which that application is going to sustain, is not constant, but there are uncertain conditions are there. In that case, we are going to put higher factor of safety. Now you tell me different applications of this. Yes, anyone? Okay, I'll show you one video which I like mostly when I search, and I generally I like that video. I also want to share with you where factor of safety concept is discussed in very good manner. In that one example is considered. I'm telling you. Actually, also note you. Can you tell me when I design a car? Suppose, say let's say we are going to design a car, and the same student is going to design a, let's say, aeroplane. Are you getting difference? You have to design a car, and in second case you have to design an aeroplane. Now tell me about factor of safety consideration. Whether you consider low factor of safety, in which case, let's say 1.25 to 1.5.
In planes.
In cars, sir.
Now see, there is confusion. Okay, how will I be thinking is yes, sir, I will consider low factor of safety 1.25 to 1.5 in case of aeroplane.
Yes, sir.
Others, what you are saying? Cars मध्ये जास्त गेला पाहिजे, aeroplane मध्ये जास्त गेला पाहिजे. Factor of safety.
Cars.
Aeroplane मध्ये.
Yes. Can you tell me why in aeroplane? आता कोणत्या साईन aeroplane मध्ये जास्त घेतला पाहिजे? का घेतला पाहिजे? Why?
Sir, because car accident happens, then damage can happen only means if more damage happens only if the car
yes, please, yes.
Car down to valley, but in aeroplanes if some critical condition happens, aeroplane may drop down to the main surface from air. So
Okay, you are considering one thing. Okay, you are considering one thing. That's what you're saying. Anyone who is saying less factor of safety? Can anyone tell me?
Sir, because aeroplane they have to fly because their weight is a very important dimension in design of aeroplanes.
Weight is very important.
Weight is very important.
Factor of safety should be less.
Sir, of course less.
ऑफकोर्स लेस असलं पाहिजे. आता दुसरी एक गोष्ट लक्षात घ्या. नॉट ओनली दिस. म्यूट प्लीज. मला सांगा, सपोज कार इज देअर. ओके, यू आर सपोज यू आर ट्रॅव्हलिंग फ्रॉम पुणे टू मुंबई बाय कार. And you started your journey from let's say from Shivajinagar. When you reach to Ravet, you meet your friend. It's already there are four friends. You are four friends were there in car. Now in Ravet Mukaitsav, you meet another two. What you will do? And they have to travel to Mumbai only. And they're your close friends. What you will do? You will adjust now when you are traveling in a car. What I said, I'm getting you're saying. Getting what I'm saying?
Yes.
Means you started your journey from Shivajinagar to Mumbai. Between in the road, you meet your friends. Okay, and they also want to travel to Mumbai only, but they're not having any other resource to travel to Mumbai. So what you will do? You will help them, and you live to them. Yes or no? So how many members are traveling car now? 6. Are you getting what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
You will adjust. Suppose if you meet another friend and he is having some emergency, what you will do? You will help him also. You will give lift to him also, and you will travel. This is what I'm saying. You will adjust accordingly in car. But same thing happened to aeroplane. Same thing will happen to aeroplane?
No.
See, when you're saying no, you have to understand. You have to think about that. This is what I'm saying. असं होतं का एरोप्लेन मध्ये? का तुम्ही समजा आता एरोप्लेन मध्ये तुम्ही 100 लोक बसले समजा असं एरोप्लेन मध्ये, किंवा एक हेलिकॉप्टर आहे, त्यामध्ये समजा एक मंत्री सीएम तुमच्या पुण्याकडे आले आणि ते म्हणणार आता मला तुमच्यावर यायचं आहे, तर ते 2 किंवा जे काय त्याची स्पेसिफिक कॅपॅसिटी असणार आहे 5 किंवा 6 असेल, त्याच्या जास्त घेतील का त्यापेक्षा जास्त?
नो.
करायचं इमर्जन्सी 10 लोक घेऊ किंवा 15 लोक घेऊ असं जातील का ते? म्हणजेच काय होतं, आपण लोड आपण काय करतोय, लोड आपण जास्त देतोय का? जो काय डिझाईन कॅपॅसिटी आहे आपण जास्त लोड देणार त्याच्यापेक्षा जास्त? तर आपण देणारच नाही ना. आपण त्याला आपला माहिती रिस्क आहे, आपण त्याला लोड देणारच नाही. म्हणजे आपण हा पण फॅक्टर कन्सिडर केला पाहिजे, आपण त्याच्याकडे किती लोड येणार आहे, ते एन्व्हायरमेंटल कंडिशन काय असणार. ऑफकोर्स देर आर इट इज गोइंग टू सस्टेन other conditions, other uncertain environmental conditions, but the load basically will be same, will be in the range only. थोडं जर जास्त काय करतात ते नाही घेत त्यांना माहिती तुम्हाला सगळ्या गोष्टी. म्हणजे बाकी अनेक, इट इज नॉट वन थिंग, दॅट टू कन्सिडर मेनी थिंग्स. आपण 2 व्हीलरवरती भरपूर लोकांना, आपल्या 2 व्हीलरचं डिझाईन किती लोकांसाठी असतं समजा 200, आपण असं 2 व्हीलर म्हणतो आपण त्याला 2 व्हीलर. मला असं वाटतं तुम्ही सगळेच यूज करता 2 व्हीलर. तुम्ही कधी 2 व्हीलर म्हणून यूज करता का? मे बी 3 व्हीलर 4 व्हीलर अँड गो ऑन. ओके, समजते मला काय म्हणायचं? मग फॅक्टरसाठी काय पाहिजे 2 व्हीलर साठी? जास्त पाहिजे कमी पाहिजे 2 व्हीलर डिझाईन करताना? पर्टिक्युलरली कंट्री लाईक अस, इंडिया पाकिस्तान बांगलादेश लाईक दिस. ओके, काय पाहिजे? जास्त पाहिजे ना?
हो सर, जास्त पाहिजे.
कारण तुम्ही लोड किती येणार आहे तो आपल्याला माहितच नाहीये, अनसर्टन आहे सगळ्या गोष्टी. म्हणून आपण फॅक्टरसाठी जास्त मी ट्राय करायला करतो, तुम्हाला सांगण्यात पडतो फॅक्टरसाठी कसा इम्पॉर्टंट आहे आणि फॅक्टरसाठी कसा डिझाईन केला पाहिजे. म्हणजे असं काय हार्ड अँड फास्ट नाहीये, डिपेंड्स अपॉन ऍप्लिकेशन. ते ऍप्लिकेशन कोण यूज करणार आहे, एंड युजर कोण आहे हे पण महत्त्वाचं आहे. एरोप्लेन कोण यूज करणार आहे समजते का? कोणी पण यूज करणार नाही एरोप्लेन. तसं तुम्ही गावाकडे त्या जीप्स वर पाहिलं, कार काय म्हणतात जीप पाहिलं का? जीप त्यामध्ये माणसं प्रवासी वाहतूक करतात, तिथं काय असते. हा, ते किंवा म्हणजे पुराण्या काळात आपण ते जीप असायच्या ट्रॅव्हल करायला, किंवा तुम्ही रिक्षा पण असतात, रिक्षा पाहू शकता, ऑटो रिक्षा. त्यामध्ये कॅपॅसिटी असते 3ची आणि ते वाहतूक किती करतात? 9, 8, 7 असं करतात. सो व्हॉट एव्हर फॅक्टर ऑफ सेफ्टी. आणि हे लक्षात घ्या, ह्या गोष्टी सिरियसली विचार करायला लागतात, कारण इट्स फेल्युअर. एखादा फेल्युअर ऍक्सिडेंट झाल्यावर आपल्याला कळतं काय होतं ते, आपण तोपर्यंत विचार करत नाही. ऍज अ इंजिनियर यू नीड टू थिंक दिस. इंजिनियरचा रोल का लक्षात ठेवा. एखादा ब्रिज फेल झाल्यानंतर त्या इंजिनियरला शिवाय दिल्या जातात, पण तोपर्यंत असं काही ऍक्सिडेंट होत नाही तोपर्यंत त्याच्याकडे कोणी लक्ष देत नाही. आणि फॅक्टर ऑफ सेफ्टी म्हणून महत्वाचं आहे. आणि ऍज अ इंजिनियर, ऍज अ मेकॅनिकल इंजिनियर, दे आर गोइंग टू डिझाइन सम मशीन एलिमेंट, यू मस्ट थिंक अबाउट फॅक्टर ऑफ सेफ्टी सिरियसली. नाउ यू स्टडीड दिस थिंग्स. हे पाहिलं असेल तुम्ही सगळे स्टडी केला असेल. काय ड्रॉ केले मी तर स्लाइडवर काय आहे माहिती आहे का?
स्ट्रेस स्ट्रेन कर्व.
म्हणून तुम्हाला सांगितलं तुम्हाला स्ट्रेस स्ट्रेन कर्व आला पाहिजे. कॅन एनीवन टेल मी व्हॉट इज डिफरन्स बिटवीन दिस 3 कर्व्स? काय फरक आहे त्यामध्ये?
Sir, different metal.
See, the first one is for brittle material. Means how brittle material fail will get idea from this stress strain curve. And this is for a which material? Ductile. Okay. And can you tell me what is for this third one? It is for which material? That was studied in detail in GATE examination. These subjects are very important in this topic basically. Those who want to appear for competitive examinations, these topics are very important. So you go through this and then you will discuss once again. I hope you again revise topic of stress strain for not only for elastic material, for different types of materials. Draw stress strain diagram and draw stress strain diagram, understand it physically. Then you get some idea about this. Last one I just want to discuss with you. So what are the different considerations that we need to do while selecting factor of safety? So first one is how critical their component is. We need to think about this. These are the different considerations. We need to think about criticality of the component. How much critical their component is. Second thing, the cost factor. We need to think about cost of material. We need to think about manufacturing process for this. So we need to think about cost factor also while designing a factor of safety. Then whether failure could cause a serious injury or a death, like in case of boilers, we can say boilers, steam boiler or pressure vessels. Factor of safety would be, we use factor of safety in the range of 8 to 10 factor. 8 to 10 will be used. Why? Because if there is failure, it will lead to a injury or a death. Then unknown stresses. Some stresses are not known. Unknown stresses in the manufacturing process. The unknown stresses we need to consider. If there are unknown stresses, then the factor of safety will be higher. An example consider is casting. In the casting, there will be some different stresses will involve after manufacturing. Okay, due to manufacturing defaults. Then environmental conditions we need to consider. Using harsh environment, whether that environment will be harsh or not. Likewise, you need to consider about environment also. Then we must have knowledge of environment. We must have knowledge of the properties of the material used. Next, knowledge of loads. Which are the loads that we are going to acting which will be acting on that component, like a tension, tensile load, compressive load, shear load, bending load, cyclic loads, impact load. So you must know about which type of load is going to act on the component. Then weight factor we need to consider. And yes, I told you this one. In aerospace, 1.5 to 3 to reduce weight, but strict quality control. Because in aeroplane there is strict quality control is there. That's what I'm telling. That was I'm trying to tell you. And then quality control and maintenance. So these are the factors that we are going to consider while selecting a factor of safety. You must think about these things, all these things during the process of designing a factor of safety or selecting a factor of safety. One more topic is there called service factor. Now, what do you understand the service factor? I hope you heard about this service factor. In which have you heard about the service factor? See, factor of safety and service factor is different. Yes. Yes, please. What is service factor? You can say it is a overloaded, or you can say overload capacity built into a component, device, any other, you can say engine, motor, etc. as a safety factor. Means that is a factor by which overloading is done. Means let's say when I say, so generally expressed in a number greater than 1. Let's say when I talk about a 1.15, let's say service factor is 1.15. Means what? Means that item can take a 15% more load than its rated capacity without breakdown. So let's say 1.50 when I said means 50% more load it will take. 15% means 15% more load it will take. So this is service factor. And generally it is used in case of motor designs. So when you just check the design of motors, in that case service factor is there. I hope you studied any electrical subject. In that case you heard about service factor, I think. Have you heard about service factor in motors basically? Yes. So a multiplier, that is this I'm talking. Multiplier means this 1.15, 1.15, 1.14 like that. Which when applied rated power indicates permissible power. As I told you, it's all about motors basically it is used. Therefore, it is talking about rated powers. So indicate permissible power loading that may be carried out under conditions specified for the service factor. So in motor conditions, a service factor is used while during a design. So what do you mean by service factor? Again, I'm saying it is a overloaded capacity or it is overburden. I can say how much we are going to add, how much load we are going to add more than its rated capacity. So suppose relative capacity is 1. If I adding 1.15, is 15% loading will be more. So you can say 15% means yes, 15% more load that component is going to sustain. So this is all about service factor. I told you two terms today. One is factor of safety, and one more is service factor at the end. And before that, I just told you what is basically our subject, design of machine element. What are its course objectives, course outcomes, what are the contents of syllabus, what are the topics of the practical sessions, and at the end, I told about books also. So this is all about your subject, design of machine learning. From next lecture, we start with our next topic, that is quarter and knuckle joint design procedure. Clear to you?
So can you repeat the design books, reference books?
B.B. Bandari.
Sorry?
B.B. Bandari.
Okay, okay.
Wait. And you can see this was, you can take a screenshot of this. These are the books that you can refer. I told you to refer this one. First two you can refer this. That is textbooks, not reference books. This way. These are the textbooks and available in library, so you can use library. Okay. Any other doubt? Hello.
No.
Any other doubt? No.